Welcome to Talmudic Treasures. Today we're learning Yevamot page 96, which discusses a fascinating story of the student by the name of Rabbi Lazar, who was quoting a particular Talmudic quote. However, he did something seemingly incorrect. He did not quote it in the name of his teacher, the great Rav Yochanan. Now we know normally we have to be extremely careful. As the Talmud always does, it explains exactly who says a statement. That's very helpful, especially if there's contradictory statements. However, in this situation, he didn't say that it was in the name of his teacher. And when Rav Yochanan, his teacher, found out that his student said something and didn't quote him, he got extremely angry. In fact, it discusses that there was a Torah, because he was so upset, not that he deliberately ripped it, but it ended up getting torn because of this frustration and anger. And Rav Yaakov Bar Idi somehow was able to think of the best way to appease Rav Yochanan. And he said, let's think about Moshe Rabbeinu. The successor of Moshe, we know, was Yehoshua. Yehoshua, who brought the Jewish people into Israel, into Canaan. Now, it says that whatever Yehoshua taught, every lesson was only because he learned it directly from Moshe. But nonetheless, we do not find that when Yehoshua would speak and teach Torah, he would not say, Kach Omer li Moshe. Moshe said this. Why didn't he? Isn't he supposed to quote his teacher? And the answer is because it's self-evident. It's obvious. The fact that you are Yehoshua, we all know that everything that you know, all the learning, all the wisdom that you've acquired, it was due to your teacher, to Moshe. And therefore it wasn't necessary for Yehoshua to have to say anything. So on this, Rav Idi said, it's the same thing here. Rabbi Lazar is your student, but he wasn't just some regular student. Every single thing that he learned, every quote that he said, it came from you. And it's so obvious, just like the relationship of Moshe and Yehoshua, so too is your relationship, Rav Yochanan, the teacher, to your student, to Rav Lazar. And on this, Rav Yochanan calmed down, and he said, who else in this world has the capacity to know how to appease and to calm people down as much as the great Ben Idi? And we learn from here, obviously, it's important not to jump to conclusions, but also the importance of how we have the ability to step in and to be able to give someone a completely different view, a completely different outlook as to how to view the world. So instead of Rabbi Yochanan being angry, he actually now felt very good. He realized, wow, my student views me just like the relationship of Yehoshua and Moshe. And how careful we also need to be. And if we have the ability to change a person's perspective, someone who's upset at another, if we have the ability to step up and to be able to appease that individual, then we certainly, just like this great person, we should also do so.